Hello and welcome to the session. Now let's understand the concept of iframes and windows. Now what is iframe? So let's see an example here. Now if you see, this is again a sample website. Now iframe is basically an HTML part which is embedded again inside another HTML. So this is typically done so that different set of HTML parts are loaded at a different speed and they are considered as a separate HTML. Now let us see. Now I will right click here and if you see there is an inspect option here. Now this particular thing is an iframe. Now how to know if it is an iframe? So I will just right click here. Now you see there is an option called as view frame and reload frame. So now this particular window is basically an iframe. Now how to interact with an iframe? So what we need to do is we need to switch to that iframe and then do that operation and come back to the default content. So whatever you see here, the parent HTML or the parent body, that is the parent window. That is the parent default content, and this one is basically just kind of an another HTML itself. So it's a iframe. So we have to switch to that iframe. And now let me just find out this element. So if you see here, this is the particular HTML part for that particular element. Now I will just scroll a little bit above, and now you see there is an iframe tag here. Okay, iframe tag. So if you see iframe tag, so whatever is in between this tag, that will be considered as a separate HTML part itself. So if you see it again starts with hash document HTML body, and if you see this one also starts with HTML body and header and the the subsequent section. So that is what. So it's basically a HTML inside an HTML itself. So how to switch to that iframe? How to do that? So you have to switch to that iframe tag. So you can switch to the iframe using ID or name, or you can you can find a number of iframes, how many number of iframes, and you can switch based on the number also. So how to do that? Let us see. So what I will do is I will go to that particular iframe web page, and then I will driver dot find element, and I will do something. Before that, driver dot switch to dot frame. So I can switch to the frame by any index, or I can find the element and switch to that iframe also. Okay, so now for now I know that there is only one iframe here, so I'm switching by the index, but there are multiple ways also you can switch to it. So once I switch to the iframe, then I will interact with some of the element inside the iframe. Once I'm done with that, then I will switch to again the default content. Okay, so remember this is the procedure. You have to go to the main or the default content first, then you have to switch to the iframe, do some operation, and come back to the default content. Also consider that if there are multiple iframes. Okay, so if you so a classic example is you have to take something from take some value from one iframe and enter into the some of the text box in another iframe. So what is the sequence? You have to be on the default content first, then you have to switch to first iframe, get that content, come back to the default content, then again switch to second iframe, and whatever do some operation, paste that content, and again come back to the default content. So whenever you want to interact with iframe, you have to switch to the iframe. Whenever you are done with that, then you have to come back to the default content. So that is what is doing here. So I am switching to the iframe, doing some operation, and I am coming back to the default content. Now again I can go to another iframe, and so on. So that is what we will do. So basically it will enter some text in that iframe, in that element which is inside an iframe. Okay, so now it will switch to the iframe and it will enter some text in the text box. Okay, so that's how it is. Now practically speaking, there can be uh, an iframe within an iframe also. Now this is an iframe which is inside another iframe. This is also the case. So you have to again switch to that iframe and do certain operation as per your requirement. Very normal cases you may have only one or two iframes, but very rare that you have an iframe within an iframe. Okay, that is very rare. You can have individual iframes. Yeah. Okay. Now this is about iframes. Let us see this window handling. So what is window handling? So let me go to this web page. Yeah, this is the web page, again a sample web page. Now what I will do, I will just click on, let's say this one. Okay, open a small window. So now you see another, a total window itself will be launched, it will be invoked. So because, so for day-to-day website testing, right, for any particular project requirement, it may be the case that you click on some element and another window itself will be open. Now this is a multi-window or like multi-tab operation. So how to deal with multiple windows is like this. So what I'll do, I will go to that web page, and what I will do is driver dot get window handle. So any window is basically an handle. So Selenium operates on handles of the windows. So what you do, you store the handle first in some string. It is basically some number, some alphanumeric number. Now this is basically the parent handle. Now I click on some element so that another window will be open. Okay, remember window and pop-up though totally different thing. Window is just another window, pop-up is in the same window. Now what I will do, so now at this point of time when I clicked on it, I will have two windows open. So remember there are two methods here, driver.close and driver.quit. Now if you just say driver.close, it will just close the original window. Okay, and if you say driver.quit, it will quit all the windows which was opened by the automation. So let us see that first. Okay, so now this is something which I have opened manually, and now programmatically we will run this. So what is going to happen, it is going to that particular website, it will click on some element and two windows, so another window will be opened. And now when I say driver.quit, the windows, two windows which were opened by automation will be closed. Okay, so second window, and now two windows will be closed by automation. Right, so two windows which are opened by automation are closed. So that is the advantage when we use driver.quit. Now there is driver.close also. So what is driver.close? Driver.close will actually close the individual window. Okay, now let us run this. So now here what is happening? I will, have stored the parent handle already. Now I will click on some element so that one additional window will be launched. Now what I need to do is I need to switch to each window, do whatever operation if required, and close the individual window. Now what is going to happen is I will be closing the non-parent windows first. So this is how it is. So your main application is in the parent window. You click on some item and one additional window will be opened. So what you do, you switch to another window, do some operation, close that another window, come back to the parent window, and so on. So there can be multiple additional windows will be open. So you have to close the additional things first, and then you have to close the parenting or the parent handle or the parent window. Now, how to do that? So obviously we will have to store the parent window handle when there is no additional window was there. Now what I'm doing, driver dot get window handles. So driver dot get window handles will return you a set of window handles. Okay, if you see the inside declaration, it is returning a set of window handles. So what is a set? Set will basically avoid any duplicates. So this is again a core Java concept we have seen earlier. So set collection framework is used here for window handling. Now get window handle. So I am taking each and every window handle, and now I am switching to that window handle. Now I'll just put current window address and current window title. And now what I'm doing, so I will do some processing here, whatever I will want to do on the switched window. Okay, I will do operation on the subsequent window here, whatever you want. Then if I want to close that window, so what I need to do is I need to check whether the handle which is on which I'm doing operation is basically parent handle or non-parent handle. So I will check if it is a non-parent window handle. So current window is not a parent window, so I can close it. Okay, so you switch to that any given window handle, do some operation, then you close that individual window. So remember, when you say driver dot close here, this will actually, this will only close the current window. Okay, it will not close all the windows. If you want to close all the windows, driver dot quit. If you want to close only one window, then driver dot close. So once you have closed any particular window, then you again switch to the original or parent window. Similar to your iframe handling, right? So you have to again switch back to the parent handle or the default content in iframe, like that. So once you continue everything, so once all the other windows are closed, then you come out of that, and now you again say driver dot close. So this will, once you come out of this, that means you are on the parent window, and then you can say driver dot close. So driver dot close will actually close only one window, that is the parent window. Okay, so let us see programmatically. Okay, so it has gone to the original website. It will store the parent window handle, then it will click on a button which will launch another window, then it will close another window first, and then it will close the main window or the default window. So this is the default window, and the default window will be closed at the end. Right, so now there were some print statements here, so current window and this thing. So let us just see. So parent window handle is this one, then current window. So it is basically looping through each and every window. So it will, 265 is the parent one, so it has gone to the parent one. Then the title is this, the address is this. Second, it has gone to the sub window, then the address is this, title is this. So current window is not a parent window, so closing it. So the sub window it has closed, then it has switched to the parent window, and it has closed the parent window. So this is how we need to do when we are dealing with the windows, multiple windows and multiple vertical frames. So subsequent topics we will see in the upcoming session. Thank you.